This is Thor, the Mighty Avenger, King Loki. The figure is part of the third wave of Thor 3 3/4 figures. And yeah, it's pretty cool. He is one of the most sought after figures in the wave because of the helmet, I suppose. Yeah, pretty cool. The more comic looking Loki. Here is a quick look at the packaging. Out of all the figures in this wave, this is the only one that has this warning label: choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3. I don't know why. None of the other figures had it. Here's the rest of the assortment. Asgardian Glow Odin, which I all have. I tweeted it, I think on Twitter, that I picked up all 4 of these Wave 3 figures. Anyway, so on to the figure. He comes with a recycled weapon. This is Fandrel's harpoon gun, and it's the box says launching sword blast. I mean, come on, Hasbro. Loki with a harpoon gun barely works. It's just, I'm sorry, Hasbro. This is just stupid. This is just plain laziness on your part. You had a chance to make this an even wonderful figure, and you lazy ass Hasbro just had to recycle a weapon. How difficult? I mean, it would have saved you money if you had given this guy like I don't know, maybe a spear, Odin's spear. Fine, if you wanted to recycle this weapon so badly, give him this weapon, plus give him a very thin, even if you have to make it from soft rubbery plastic, gold spear. It doesn't cost a lot to make a spear. It's just a very thin piece of plastic that you could add to this figure and make it extra special, and that would have really made this figure a 10 out of 10. As it is, I have no idea what goes on in the minds of these guys. If it was just cost, if it was just cost, and do away with this thing and just have that spear, I'm sure the kids wouldn't mind not having, or collectors wouldn't mind having a figure, an actual Thor figure without a launching weapon, because nobody really cares about these launching weapons. Okay, the figure has great articulation. Still retains, thank God, the articulation of the Thor movie figures. He's got a ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed upper torso. He's got a ball hinge shoulder, ball hinge elbow, swivel wrist, ball hinge hip, thigh swivel, double hinge knees, which can be a little bit weak with time, I suppose, but right now they're okay. Ball hinge ankles. The figure has a non-removable sculpted in cape. Looks pretty cool. The colors are a little bit too comic-y for me, especially the green, the gold or brass, the army green colors are fine. It's really this green that's so off with this figure. It looks too much of the comics color of how Loki is colored in the comic books. I wish it would have been done in a more regal color, maybe pine green, or God forbid, lime green. Anyway, so here he is. Luckily, I did keep some accessories from my old 80s toys. I did have a King Randor from Masters of the Universe back in the 80s, and he did have a gold spear, which I thought would look pretty big on Loki, but except for the thickness of the spear, I actually thought it looked pretty cool. So let me just try and pose him for you. I am now King Loki. I don't know, that's not how he sounded in the movie. Sorry. That's how I remember his voice in the old 60s cartoons. Anyway, so maybe I'll keep him this way, because this thing is just sitting in a bin doing nothing. So lack of a spear until I can find one. I don't know, one of those keychains that have weapons, weapons fashioned into keychains, something like that. Until I find one, this one will have to do. So this one will go back. Will go into my Thor movie figure bin. Here is the first version of the movie Loki, which is actually pretty cool. Between the two, well, I really like this one. But now looking at them both, this one I think looks a lot better now. Paint apps, this one has better paint apps. This one has okay paint apps. Some of the figures I saw on the shelves had horrible paint apps. They had scratches on his armor everywhere. Some even had mispainted eyes. Just make sure you get one that's not cross-eyed, or, you know, make sure the eyes are painted well, because some of the figures I've seen, they had right eyes painted well, left eyes were like horrible. Make sure the helmet, the gold on the helmet does not smudge in, or the flesh does not smudge into the helmet. But other than that, the paint apps are fine. It's just the central armor and the head sculpt that you have to worry about in terms of paint apps. So there. That's pretty cool. With this figure, didn't have to worry about paint apps. Amazingly. They look great. I mean, if you want movie accurate Lokis, both of them are pretty movie accurate in my opinion. If you have to pick one, tough call. I'd still go with this one. I like this one a lot. But this one's not bad. If you've seen my review of this one, I have praises, just praises for this figure. And last comparison, I have him with the Thor with the helmet. The capes are getting in the way. So he still looks bigger than Thor, which is a shame. Thor should be bigger. But what can you do, right? So that's that. It's a great figure. If you can find it on retail shelves, I highly recommend you pick it up. Just make sure you pick one up with decent paint apps. So there you go. The Thor, the Mighty Avenger, King Loki figure. Thanks for watching.